You make a good performance. Here's a rocket ship or something. First time. Hey, that's scary.
Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Jaya Gauranitai.
Jai.
Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Puri Vijayacharya Stotra Stata Shishimata's Divine Grace, Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Anantapati Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem Sigaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Mathura Dham ki jai. Navadvip Dham ki jai. Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Mayapur Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai Yamuna Mai ki jai. Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi ki jai. Sankirtan Yagya ki jai. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Gaura Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha
Shiva Sankana Kalari
Shiva Kankana Kalari
Ito Nishima Parato Nishima
Ito Nashima Parato Nashima
Yato Yato Yamitato Nishima
Yato Yato Yamitato Nashima
Vale Nishima Hiraye Nishima
Hare Nashima Hridaye Nashima
Nishima Madin Sharanam Sapani
Narasim Hamadim Sharanam Chakati
Avakara Kamavare Nata Dinta Sunda Dalita
Hare Krishna, welcome. My name is Krishna Dulal Das, and I'm saying welcome back here. Rajat Prabhu's back. Hi, welcome back. I think he was away to the Holy Dham for quite a few months, right? It's nice to see you back again. And might I ask, is there anybody coming here for the first time? Hare Krishna, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Wonderful. All right, so maybe I'll just ask everybody to come forward a little bit. Usually, when it gets a little bit colder, I found out today that today is the shortest day of the year, right? Solstice. The solstice, right? So there will be. Oh, yes, please. We have a book for you. I have a little gift for you. Thank you. So we'll come in here into the light, right? Off the eminence of the Lord that's shining there. We can come together. So. As our tradition goes here at ISKCON Ottawa and everywhere else in the world, we have this kind of an open house. Originally, when Prabhupada came to the West, he could have called it, Bhagavad Saptaha or some kind of Sangha or used some Sanskrit words, but he tried to make it relatable, right, to the Western audience that was there. And so I think, what were the names, the invites to the program originally? It was the Love Feast, right? Wasn't it the Love Feast, the Sunday Love Feast? So I don't know how that comes across this day and age. If you come to Love Feast, but in that day it really rung. People were really into it, especially young people, right? The youth, called some of them hippies during that time. And then after some time, I think it changed and it became the Sunday Feast. The Sunday Feast. One way or another, it's an opportunity to meet some new people, to make friends, and to get to know a little bit about what science of Krishna consciousness is about. Who is this Krishna person? Who are these devotees? Who are these Hare Krishnas? That was Srila Prabhupada, who was our founder of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. That was his goal, right? That's what he wanted, to have these open houses, right? When people could come and just get a little bit of a taste of what this Hare Krishna stuff is all about, right? So thank you so much for coming and joining us. And so part of that program, there was a kirtan component, which was chanting and dancing for the Lord. And then there was a discourse component, which is we would read something, or there would be a presenter that would read something, usually on Sundays, from the Bhagavad Gita. Has everybody here heard of the Bhagavad Gita? Is that familiar? Who has never heard of the word Bhagavad Gita before? It's okay if you haven't heard about it, it's fine. You all have heard about the Bhagavad Gita. Amazing, great. So this is also a special month, Gita Jayanti. So this was actually the day when Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita, right, to Arjuna. When he spoke to Arjuna. And in the Hare Krishna movement, when Srila Prabhupada inaugurated this movement worldwide, during this month specifically, December, what did he call it? Does anybody remember? What was the month called? The marathon, yeah, the Christmas marathon, right? Call it the Christmas marathon. And what did devotees do? Did they get each other some nice iPhones during that time and go out and I don't know, get each other Tim Hortons gift cards? Was that what Prabhupada wanted? Was that who knows what the Christmas marathon was about? I gave you some clues here. It started off, right? Yes, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, distributing books.
Distributing books. What kind of books?
Well, in particular, the Bhagavad Gita, but also other books that Krishna Prabhupada.
That's right. Books about Krishna, right? He was so compassionate, so loving that he wanted to share this with everybody. And that's why the devotees did a big push. And they said, okay, for during this month, we want to please our Guru. We want to please Prabhupada. We want to please Krishna by distributing books on Krishna, right? And inviting others, right? Building these relationships, nice relationships. So we'll read a little bit from the Bhagavad Gita, and then after we'll have some time for a little more chanting, singing, and then we'll culminate the afternoon with some prasadam. Okay, who has heard of prasadam? Have you ever heard of prasadam? Do I have to explain what prasadam is? Who's heard of prasadam? Knows what prasadam is? Okay, who would like to know what prasadam is? Know what prasadam is? Okay, if you don't know, you'll find out at the end. Okay? Hare Krishna, thank you. So we'll start off by singing Jai Radha Madhava, and we'll see if we can post it up on the teleprompter here. We've got the words. Speaking of Krishna. Prabhupada ki. I'm going to read from the Bhagavad Gita. So chapter 9, text 34. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Okay, so we could try. Oh, this microphone's a little finicky. Can you hear me through the mic? Oh, it's on and off. It's another mic. We could try that one. I'll just switch the batteries in here. I think that works. That one we have batteries. Haribol, Haribol, Hare Krishna. You can hear me without a microphone, right?
Yes.
Okay, well you can help me with that. Just come closer. All right. I won't use a microphone, but just come a little closer. Just still come closer. Come closer. Thank you. Awesome, thank you. Okay, so we could say this is in Sanskrit, and we could do it responsively. Manmana, Bhava, Madbhakto, Madhyaji, Mam, Namaskuru, Mam, Eveshashi, Yuktvaivam, Atmanam, Matparayanaha. We'll try it line by line. Manmana Bhava Madbhakto, Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru, Mam Evaishashi Yuktvaivam, Atmanam Matparayanaha. Let's do it one more time. Manmana Bhava Madbhakto, Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru, Mam Evaishashi Yuktvaivam, Atmanam Matparayanaha. Do the word for word. Matmana, always thinking of me. Bhava, become. Mat, my. Bhakta, devotee. Mat, my. Yaji, worshipper. Mam, unto me. Namaskuru, offer obeisances. Mam, unto me. Eva, completely. Eshashi, you will come. Yuktva, being absorbed. Evam, thus. Atmanam, your soul. Matparayanaha, devoted to me. Translation. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Become my devotee. Offer obeisances to me. And worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. Excuse me. So this is Krishna speaking. Who's Krishna speaking to? Very good. We all have heard of the Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna is speaking to Arjuna. And purport's not too long. I'm going to read the purport. Just bear with me. I might stop in between just to make sure that everybody's still awake, right? So giving you the heads up. Purport. In this verse, it is clearly indicated that Krishna consciousness is the only means of being delivered from the clutches of this contaminated material world. Whew, those are harsh words. Ring so true. Sometimes, unscrupulous commentators distort the meaning of what is clearly stated here, that all devotional service should be offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Unfortunately, unscrupulous commentators divert the mind of the reader to that which is not at all feasible. Such commentators do not know that there is no difference between Krishna's mind and Krishna. Krishna is not an ordinary human being. He is absolute truth. His body, his mind, and he himself are one and absolute. It is stated in the Kurma Purana, as it is quoted by Bhaktisiddhanta Sarasvati Goswami in his Ambhasya comments on Chaitanya Charitamrita, 5th chapter, Adi Lila, verses 41 to 48. Deha dehi vibhedo yam neshvara vidyate kvachit. This means that there is no difference in Krishna, the Supreme Lord, between himself and his body. But because the commentators do not know this science of Krishna, they hide Krishna and divide his personality from his mind or from his body. Although this is sheer ignorance of the science of Krishna, some men make a profit out of misleading people. Okay, so that's the end of this paragraph, first paragraph. What did Prabhupada say here? Let's see if we could get a quick summary. What was Prabhupada talking about here? Is he talking about Christmas? I'll give you a hint. He's commenting on the translation that we just read together. Engage your mind always in thinking of me, become my devotee, offer obeisances to me, worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. And then Prabhupada starts speaking about something. What is he speaking about? Just anything. You don't have to give me the whole thing. What did you get from that first purport? Oh, Melissa.
This is often miscommunicated. The meaning is often miscommunicated throughout the translation.
Thank you. Very nice. Thank you very much. Kiraj Prabhu.
Krishna is not different from his mind, from his body.
Very good. That was said. Thank you. Very well. Anybody else? Yes?
All devotional service should be rendered to him alone.
Okay. Should be the focus, devotion, and service rendered to him. Okay. Great takeaways. We'll continue. Right? We'll stop after the next paragraph. Okay. There are some who are demoniac. They also think of Krishna, but enviously, just like King Kamsa, Krishna's uncle. He was also thinking of Krishna always, but he thought of Krishna as his enemy. He was always in anxiety, wondering when Krishna would come to kill him. That kind of thinking will not help us. One should be thinking of Krishna in a devotional love. That is bhakti. One should cultivate the knowledge of Krishna continuously. What is that favorable cultivation? It is to learn from a bona fide teacher. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we have several times explained that his body is not material, but is eternal, blissful knowledge. This kind of talk about Krishna will help one become a devotee. Understanding Krishna otherwise from the wrong source will prove fruitless. Okay? So that was the second paragraph. What did Prabhupada say? What is he saying here? Melissa Prabhu Haribol.
Not all gurus are created equal.
Okay.
In the sense of people who purport to be a guru aren't necessarily giving the right information.
Okay. And that's true. And Kamsa saw himself also the guru, but he was not equal to Krishna, right? That's what you're going at. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What else did Prabhupada say here? You can think about Krishna in many ways, right? But he's saying here, what was Kamsa thinking Yes, Govinda.
Favorable and unfavorable.
Yes.
Kamsa is unfavorable because he is envious of Krishna, but favorable cultivation you can learn from Guru.
Yes, that's what Prabhupada is recommending. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's move on to the third paragraph. One should therefore engage his mind in the eternal form, the primal form of Krishna, with conviction in his heart that Krishna is supreme. He should engage himself in worship. There are hundreds of thousands of temples in India for the worship of Krishna, and devotional service is practiced there. When such practice is made, one has to offer obeisances to Krishna. One should lower his head before the deity and engage his mind, his body, his activities, everything, his, her. That will make one fully absorbed in Krishna without deviation. This will help one transfer to Krishna Loka. One should not be deviated by unscrupulous commentators. One must engage in the 9 different processes of devotional service, beginning with the hearing and chanting about Krishna. Pure devotional service is the highest achievement of human society. Okay, so let's recap here. Somebody else who didn't get a chance to say something. I always say purport before I start that I'm a school teacher, and so I'm very used to just picking out students in the classroom. You're probably thinking, I'm not coming back here again. So what's Prabhupada saying? What did you get from that paragraph?
You must go to the temple. You should do devotional service. The 9 kinds were mentioned here. 9
processes of devotion. And he also said that there's like hundreds of temples in India, right, where people can come all over the world actually, and absorbed our mind, body, and think about Krishna, be fully absorbed in Krishna. Okay, this next paragraph is only like 5 lines. The 7th and 8th chapters of Bhagavad Gita have explained pure devotional service to the Lord that is free from speculative knowledge, mystic yoga, and fruitive activities. Those who are not purely sanctified may be attracted by different features of the Lord, like the impersonal Brahma Jyoti and localized Paramatma. But a pure devotee directly takes to the service of the Supreme Lord. Okay, a little technical here. What is Prabhupada saying here about the relationship between persons and the Lord?
Something about the Brahma Jyoti?
Yeah, what about the Brahma Jyoti? I'll read it again. It was only 5-6 lines. The 7th and 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita have explained pure devotional service to the Lord that is free from speculative knowledge, mystic yoga, and fruitive activities. Those who are not purely sanctified may be attracted by different features of the Lord, like the impersonal Brahma Jyoti and localized Paramatma. But a pure devotee directly takes to the service of the Supreme Lord. Yes, Melissa Prabhu.
Could you explain localized Paramatma, please?
Localized Paramatma. So the Lord is everywhere, right? He's in many places in the Bhagavad Gita. He states, I am the moon, I am the sun, I am fire. Of purifiers, I am the air, right? Water, all of those things. But he's also Paramatma, which is the super soul within the heart, right? So Lord Brahma, right, the creator, he was kind of stuck, right? Because he was out there, the only created being there at that point in time, trying to populate the universe and make things, and he was feeling very lonely. And he started to just pray, just think, please, if I could just find a way somehow to figure out what's this all about. And then he heard a word from the cosmos, and it said, tapa, right? So perform some sacrifices there. You just meditate, right? And so he started to meditate on the Lord from within his heart, right? The Lord is there, right? So everybody has Paramatma within the heart. The Lord is there. And it's also an example given that he's like the witness. Also, he's witnessing the activities of the living entities and jivas that are happening, right? So that is one form of the Lord is Paramatma, localized within the heart, right, of every living entity. Okay, next paragraph. There is a beautiful poem about Krishna in which it is clearly stated that any person who is engaged in the worship of demigods is most unintelligent and cannot achieve at any time the supreme award of Krishna. The devotee in the beginning may sometimes fall from the standard, but still he should be considered superior to all other philosophers and yogis. One who always engages in Krishna consciousness should be understood to be a perfectly saintly person. His accidental non-devotional activities will diminish, and he will soon be situated without any doubt in complete perfection. The pure devotee has no actual chance to fall down because the Supreme Godhead personally takes care of his pure devotees. Therefore, the intelligent person should take directly to the process of Krishna consciousness and happily live in this material world. He will eventually receive the supreme award of Krishna. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports, the 9th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, in a matter of the most confidential knowledge. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gnanjana Shalakya Chakshuru Tamina Tasma Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karati Vachalam Pandam Yad Kripatamaham Vandeshyu Vitarana Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Vitale Shimate Niranjana Swami Anahata Prayasana Rupadasa Tusti Sankirtan Pravrityarta Ihate Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastichada Satarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So what was the last paragraph about? What did you get from the last paragraph?
It talks about the importance of devotion and how even if you fall down in the beginning, you should still remain on the path because that's still better than just speculating on knowledge and other forms of yoga, like imagining the Lord in the heart as the Paramatman, or just the effulgence that even the beginning of a devotional path is still, even if you have fall downs, it's still of a very high quality.
Still recommended.
Yeah.
To follow that process. Yes, thank you. It said that it started the paragraph with something that sometimes could be perceived as a contentious point. It says, there is a beautiful poem about Krishna in which it clearly stated that any person who is engaged in the worship of demigods is most unintelligent and cannot achieve at any time the supreme award of Krishna. Right? What do you think of that? What is Krishna talking about? Is it, those persons who are coming to the temple, they're thinking, oh, those Hare Krishna devotees, always criticizing the demigods. Is that what's happening here? Hare Krishna, yes, in the
Can I
back.
ask a question?
Yes, please.
So that seems in contradiction to me to what Krishna says when he says those who worship the demigods worship me, but they worship me in the wrong way. Or something to that effect, I'm sorry.
Yes, that's a good point, right? So we're going to get to that, yes. So what do you think Krishna means here? Or what do you think Prabhupada means here? Because Prabhupada's stating this. How to understand this? Is Prabhupada saying you shouldn't worship Shiva, all those Ganesh worshippers, and Indra, don't worship him. Actually, we shouldn't even look at them, No, that's not what he's saying, right? Let's give a comparison. Let's just say if suddenly, my wife, Raja Premika, is here, and I would, every day, I would bow down. It's nice to bow down to, the devotees to do that, but I would say, Raja Premika, you are God, right? I worship you as God, right? One and only, right? First of all, what would Raja Premika think? What would you think of that?
I might get a little like, oh, I'm
You wouldn't mind. Actually, I had a friend who we run a few music schools. We did. We had one in Ottawa, and we owned one in Russell. And when we had the one in Ottawa, there was a neighboring business that they had also a school, and we would talk every once in a while, just switch words. How's it going, and what are your challenges? And I remember one of them, the boss there was telling me, yeah, we had this one teacher, just really went south, She started to write parents and not happy with the teachers, not happy with the school, and talk about different weird things. And then she wrote a final letter to everybody. And then it was pretty disturbing. And then at the end she signed off as, from God, right? And at that point everybody thought, okay, right, one flew too many flew over the cuckoo's nest there, right? It's a little bit off, right? So, in that respect, according to the Vedic understanding, is that actually we should worship everybody. We should, especially devotees, right? We should, Vidyabhinaya Sampane, right? So, which is actually a humble sage, right? He has an understanding that Krishna, the point was mentioned, Paramatma, is in everybody's heart, right? So this person has a very broad vision, and he can worship Krishna in everybody, right? Offers all respect. But when it comes to the demigods, the proper understanding is that, yes, we should also offer respect and worship the demigods, but with the proper understanding, like Mataji in the back was saying, that that understanding is that they are devotees of Krishna, right? Lord Shiva, what is the focus of Lord Shiva? He's thinking about Krishna. 24/7 is a devotee of Krishna, right? So we must have that understanding. It's important for us to have understanding. If our understanding is that actually Krishna bows down to Shiva, right? And Shiva, Lord Shiva is everything emanates from him, or from Ganesh, everything emanates from Lord Ganesh, right? That's not the proper understanding, right? So if Krishna would see, and other devotees would see that it's a little bit off, right? It's a little off, right? But it's not to be misconstrued, right? It can be very misunderstood that, we don't have respect. We should have the utmost respect. Actually, these personalities are to be worshipped, and with that understanding. So Prabhupada, he's saying the devotee in the beginning may sometimes fall from the standard, but still he should be considered superior to all other philosophers and yogis. One who always engages in Krishna consciousness should be understood to be a perfectly saintly person. His accidental non-devotion activities will diminish, and he will soon be situated without any doubt in complete perfection. Prabhupada giving us some very encouraging words here. The pure devotee has no actual chance to fall down because the Supreme Godhead personally takes care of his devotees. Right? There's another place in the Bhagavad Gita where the Lord says, for my devotee, I carry what they lack and preserve what they have. Right? He sees the endeavor. He sees that effort that's being done. Now I wanted to read a little bit from this verse specifically because it's the time of the year when, it's Christmas, right? It's people come together. They have some nice relationships. I know, I was raised when I was younger in the Roman Catholic tradition, and when Christmas time would come, our family would come together, we'd have a dinner together, and then we'd have this tradition where we would break a wafer, right? And usually Christmas was very, very hectic and stressful because, maybe guests were coming over, and this person's yelling at that person because the house isn't ready, and this and that, and there's lots of tension. But then by the time where it came to share the wafer, break the bread, it was the tradition that we would say some things that we really appreciate about the other person and wish each other some good wishes, right, for the new year or going forward. And it was genuine. You have to actually let everything go, right, and offer this kind of appreciation of one another, right? Build that relationship. Think about that relationship, which is very, very important. And so here, Roy Prabhu today was making some parallels. We had a program in Russell earlier today, and he was making some parallels with, Krishna, the advent of Krishna, how Krishna came, and and there's such a love from his mother and father. But then he was also talking about how, we have this very saintly person that was born at this time of the year, which is Lord Jesus Christ. And, his parents also came, the wise men came also to pay homage and respects, the shepherds came to also, offer their greetings, right, and prayers, and give gifts, and just share love and peace with one another. And so I was thinking this verse is really important in that respect, is because Bhagavad Gita, for a lot of Bhagavad Gita and a lot of Vedic literatures, it talks about, things like Krishna saying, I am the sun, I am the moon. Without the moon, the vegetables don't get enough nutrients to be able to grow. Without fire, you can't cook, you can't do anything. And so here in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is saying all of these things. Why? To just help us get to know something about Krishna, right? Who is this Krishna person? Why should we have a relationship with Krishna, right? And if we know something about someone, then you can start to kind of, maybe have a little relationship. Okay, I know you're this person. I start to feel gratitude. I'm grateful. Wow, so much is being provided for me. And this verse is so pivotal because Krishna says here, actually, I am a person. Right? I'm all of those things. I'm Paramatma, but I'm a person. And what does it mean to be a person? It's to have a relationship, right? To have a personal relationship. He says, this is how he wants to have personal relationships with his devotees. His devotees, they engage their minds, always thinking of Krishna. He says, become my devotee, offer obeisances to me and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. Surely we will be together, we will be united. Right? This is your constitutional position. This is my constitutional position, is that I am eternal. Just like Krishna. I'm full of knowledge. I'm full of bliss. I'm meant to be happy, always happy, so happy in my relationship with Krishna. Right? That's that relationship. We need to connect, how to connect with one another. Right? So Krishna's saying this. And Prabhupada's also driving that point. And he's spending so much effort and energy trying to explain this to us, purport after purport, even in this purport. No. It's not that kind of commentators, right? It's not that, I'm just a body, right? Or I'm just, I'm the mind. Or I'm some abstract concept, right? Or I'm the person who only, grants things that you need, only offered benedictions. Or I'm a person that you come to as an order supplier, right? Please give me this, give me this, give me that, right? There's no relationship like that, right? We have our own experience in this world regarding relationships, right? And a real impactful relationship is not based on you scratch my back, I scratch your back, you give me this, you give me that. Yes, we derive money this way, and this is how we work and do that. But real relationship is based on, supposed to be unmotivated, right? It's supposed to be with loving and with devotion. Right? This is what Krishna is talking about. And this is actually what everybody out in the material world is looking for. Whether you know it or not, right? This is what we're all looking for. Everyone's looking for love, right? Everyone's looking to make that connection. But unfortunately, for most of the time, we get covered, by circumstance, by the different modes, right? By ignorance, by passion, by this and that. And we forget about it. And we're looking for love all in the wrong places. We have to go buy something from Best Buy. We need to go get the gift card and do those things because that's what love is, It's just gone so far away, right? From what it was intended to be, right? What Christmas was intended to be, right? So here Krishna is driving that point home. And I thought that maybe in a few minutes I would now kind of bridge that a little bit with some of the early days in our Hare Krishna movement. Yesterday, some of us were celebrating, Vyasa Puja of our guru. A few of us have a guru, which is His Holiness Niranjana Swami. He's a sannyasi, a Swami, but also a disciple of Srila Prabhupada. And in our tradition, when it's the birthday of your spiritual master. We come together, you share some words of appreciation. How fitting, right, in December, Christmas. And you know, you also have some exchanges with devotees. You invite some friends over, you cook some prasadam, and you cultivate that relationship. You have a nice relationship with one another. And there's no better way to make that loving relationship or connect with that supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna, than through the association of devotees, than through the association of Guru. Right? This is our training ground. Right? If we really want to get to the ultimate goal, Maharaj Prabhu was talking a couple of weeks ago, maybe it was last week, about how to become a Mahatma, right? Become a transcendentalist, right? As it's a byproduct. You become a transcendentalist if you learn how to have a loving relationship with somebody, right? It's not that you become, you know, a yogi somewhere alone, you know, in a bush, right? It's just you have a relationship with Krishna, right? So this is how it's done. It's through associating with devotees. So I have my books here somewhere. Think about. Do you see them? Do you mind passing them forward? There's two books. Thank you so much. So this book is called Chasing Rhinos, and it's kind of a memoir of Shamasundar Prabhu. He was like 1965, 1966. He was with Prabhupada right in those early days. And the book is called Chasing Rhinos because they did stuff that was just unimaginable, right? The things that they were doing, they were meeting the Beatles, they were having these big festivals. In Bombay, they had a big, you know, hot air balloon which just had said Hare Krishna on it. They had a pandal program with tens of thousands of people that came and attended, and opened up over 100 centers in just those 10 years that Prabhupada was walking on the planet here. And so I thought I'd read a little bit of an excerpt from Shamasundar Prabhu so we can get to know Prabhupada a little bit. Is that okay? Can we do that for a few minutes? Remember the pages. So Shamasundar, just to get a little prelude, Shamasundar Prabhu was, you know, with his hippie friends, and they were totally about like this new age stuff, and they were going out into the forest and camping for a bit and trying new experiences. And at some point, their friends, Shamasundar Prabhu's friends, they had a chance to meet the Swami, Srila Prabhupada. They were talking about how they met him, and so this is what Shamasundar Prabhu is recalling here. In the second week of October 1966, 3 of my closest friends have arrived on Trout Creek Butte to change the lives of Melanie and me forever. Mike, Joan, and Joan's sister Jan had driven non-stop from Manhattan to the West Coast to tell us about the incredible man they had met that summer, the Swami. Swami Bhaktivedanta was his name. And as my friends began to talk, I was impressed, not so much by his philosophy or whatever else they were saying, but more by the profound change I saw in beloved friends of so many years. They seemed to glow, and with gentle ease they refused the venison and drugs, even the coffee they were offered. This Swami must be the real thing, I thought. We were packed tightly in the small Forest Service cabin as night descends, soft lantern light through the 2 windows framing ponderosa pine branches whipped by a gust of snow. But what exactly is a Swami, Mike? So Mike was Mukunda Maharaj later. I mean, you keep talking about the Swami. Swami is a title. Really, it means someone who can control his senses. Wow! Joni's getting into it now. Samar, I'm so excited. We drove straight out here to tell you about him. I think this is the one, this Swami. You were chanting, chanting, chanting all the way out there. You get really high, she said. They did seem pretty happy. grinning all over the place with those big red beads around their necks, mumbling something or other. Their cat, Skutzelbrunzer, isn't doing as well. They brought his big black cat all the way out here in the packed car. He's under one of those two chairs in the place, hissing with bared fangs at our dog, Ralph. Jan says, he put 27 stitches in one guy's leg. Redo and Freda, our two young cats, are confused but excited too. Hi, huh? Like, what do you mean? I mean higher than you've ever been before. And you can do it all the time, chanting. See, you're saying God's names over and over, said Mike. And because Krishna is not different from his name, really, God is dancing on your tongue. He's with you, and you feel it. Calm, aware, like, how can anything go wrong when Krishna's there, right? And then later, there we go. He said, we rented 518 Frederick Street storefront in early December 1966. The Swami was coming in a few weeks. It was getting serious. I was still using drugs, Melanie too. That December there was a shortage of grass, seed, and smack in the city. Even our dealer friend Bruce, an old-time SF junkie who looked like he was about 60, even though he was maybe 30, couldn't score. Melanie had heard this pharmacy downtown that had a big bottle of liquid Demerol, a powerful narcotic, high on shelf behind the counter, and we quickly devised the plan. We'd go in there, Melanie would make a ruckus, which only she could do with such skill, and when the pharmacist was distracted, I would swoop behind the counter and grab it. Our plan worked, and suddenly we had more smack than anyone else in town. Yeah, but what about cleaning up our act to get ready for the Swami? We made a decision. Shoot some good stuff for a few days, then give it all to Bruce. Go clean on New Year's Eve. And that was it. I'll never forget the look of immense relief on Bruce's drug-ravaged face when we showed up at his dirty pad on the last day of 1966 and handed him the Demerol and our much-used Yale number 12 needle, saying, here man, it's all yours. We're off it now. Hare Krishna. Anyways, there's a whole bunch. This is a 3-series book, right, that comes and it goes from the beginning, as soon as he met Prabhupada, got into Krishna consciousness, and then later on they went to England, they were behind meeting the Beatles and organizing the Ratha Yatra, right, Lord Jagannath coming and doing those things. And essentially, in these books, when you read this other book here, he built a house which the whole world can live. This book by Satsvarup Goswami. And it just shows Prabhupada in the light that he was just taking care of his devotees. They would come, they came from such bad habits, right? They had such big struggles and challenges. And they would show up at his apartment. Prabhupada would have, just like a 2-room space, and he would have little programs, invite them to come, and he would cook for them. And he would make them dal, chapatis, rice. And at first he was worried, I don't know, are these Western people, are they going to eat this stuff? Are they even going to accept it? And then he would offer it to them, and they would nibble on a little bit, and Prabhupada would tell them, no, you must take as much as you can, eat as much as you can, this is Krishna. And they would just come for second plates, third plates, continue. And Prabhupada would take such good care of them, right? He would, at some point they didn't even realize, they didn't, have the common sense to realize, wow, this older gentleman, he's cleaning up after us, he's cooking, he's opening the storefront. And only after some time, the devotees started to catch on, oh, maybe we should help you, Prabhupada. Could we do something? They would cook some of the preparations and make that. And so this is what our movement essentially is about, right? It's about those relationships, right, that we have with the devotees. Serving, it's service, devotional service, And the Guru does this. He's so compassionate. right? He comes and he sees people who are in not such a great state, mental state, world state, right? We live in a society where it's just lots of conflict, right? Lots of quarrel, lots of turmoil. And so the Guru comes, Krishna comes also for that purpose. You know, these momentous times of the year, like Christmas, he comes on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, right, to provide this relief and have those relationships, more so than just provide relief and come and deal with managerial affairs, more so to have relationships with the devotees. And so if we want to take part of that, if we want to be a part of that, then we should take cue from these personalities in our disciplic succession, right? Personalities like Srila Prabhupada, you know, the Swamis that come, the devotees in the temple, and try to make relationships with them, right? So yes, we have a program, you're hearing something from the Bhagavad Gita, but we're going to finish shortly, and after that we'll have some prasadam, and which is going to be sharing of food that has been offered to the Lord. And it's a great opportunity to connect with one another, right? You can introduce yourself. You can sit down together and say, hey, my name is Krsna Dulal. And yeah, I've been coming to this temple since 1990, right? I've been here when I was a little boy, and I love it. I like the prasadam. My favorite food is puris, right? Not so much as it used to be before, but I gotta lay off the deep fried a little bit, you know? It's not the same anymore. But have those kind of conversations. Go deeper, right? Like deeper. What brought you to the temple? Why did you come today? You know? And you'll find out that, wow, you're having some substantial conversations. Oh, I actually came because I'm curious. What brought you all to the temple today? You know? Right? So we'll stop here, and maybe I'll just stop and see if there's any questions or reflections that maybe somebody wants to share. But if not, then we'll just go on to chanting. Right? That's what Prabhupada brought. He said that Krishna is not different from his holy name. And that's just one of the best ways to connect with Krishna. It's one of the best forms of devotional service also. One of the best forms of worship, right? Is through singing together, chanting together. Right? So you chant with your heart. Right? And that's a great way to cultivate that relationship with the Lord and the devotees. Any last thoughts? Okay, so we can stand up and we'll do some chanting. Shri Gaura Nitai ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki. I tried to soak it up, but it might need more water. Okay.
That's right now.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna, Acharya Stotra Stata Shushimati Divine Grace. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Acharya Stotra Stata Shushimati Divine Grace. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem Si Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki. Vrindavan Dham Ki. Mathura Dham Ki. Navadvip Dham Ki. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki. Mayapur Dham Ki. Ganga Maya Yamuna Maya Ki. Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki. Sankirtan Yagya Ki. Samavita Bhaktivinoda Ki. Gaura Premananda. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Shri Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for coming, everybody, and joining us. Excuse me. I believe we have a sponsor today. Everybody see what we have written? 21st.
Leo and Leela Devi.
Today we have two sponsors. Hare, let's do a Hare Krishna Maha Mantra for our sponsors. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Our sponsors here, could we get a show of hands? One of our sponsors, Hare Krishna.
I
Yes.
just have Leela Devi is not here, but her father, Chandila Prabhu, is here.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Wonderful. Once I wake up my foot, I'll stand up and come and see you. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. So there's an opportunity to sponsor programs. It's about $350 to do a Sunday feast program, $350. And then devotees are going to come to the temple early during the day, and then we'll cook a feast for their lordships, and then everybody can partake afterwards. Also, there is a seva opportunity to sponsor garlands. So we have fresh garlands that are made for the deities and for Srila Prabhupada every day. And it's about $150 a week to do a full week of sponsorship for that. And what else can I say? The calendar is filling up. I don't even think we have any more spaces for sponsorship. But if you're lucky, you can get a word in to Maritz Prabhu in the back or Roy Prabhu, and you could just tell him, listen, I know 2026 is around the corner. There's a special date that I'd like to sponsor. Can you fill me in right now before I lose the opportunity to make that sponsorship? In reality, we can have 2 or 3 sponsors for a Sunday also, so that's okay too. But yeah, let's see if we could fill up the calendar 2026, maybe in at the beginning of the month, maybe January. See if we could do the whole year. Right? You could come and just get excited, and to get. I think everybody excited for that. I believe I saw a package here of some things, calendars. Does anybody know anything about that? Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is actually my first time laying eyes on this. Look at this beautiful calendar. It was made by Shri Radha Prabhu. And she always makes a calendar for Montreal and for Ottawa. And this is, you can have our very own Shri Gauri Thai in your kitchen or in your room or anywhere in your house. And you could know about all the upcoming events that we have. The Ekadasis, the appearance days, the disappearance days, the special festivals. So who would like a calendar like this? Raise your hand. Okay. Then come and see me afterwards. We're going to hand out calendars. If you'd like to take one, you can take them with you. There's gifts to be given out to our devotees locally. And that said, since we have a couple of days to go still before the new year, on December 24th, Christmas Eve, who knows what's happening on Christmas Eve here? Does anybody hear about the drama? Who's heard about the drama? Okay, not everybody. Great, so I'll mention it. Bhakti Marg Swami is coming with his band of dramateers, right? There's 10 devotees that are coming with Maharaj, and he's going to put on a play about the Bhagavad Gita. And I saw this play a while ago in New Vrindavan when they performed it, and it was phenomenal. It was amazing. It was half an hour long, and you were just captivated. Constantly something going on stage. It was like a workout for the actors. So they're coming, and we rented the community center, community hall here. So from 4 to 6 p.m., come if you can. Bring your friends, bring your family. We're going to have some kirtan. We're going to start off the evening with kirtan, more kirtan, and then we'll have the play that's going to be taking place, and prasadam. Right? Mandalaram Prabhu and a few devotees are going to be cooking. So you can come and have a Christmas Eve dinner with us, right, at the community center, and participate in the drama. Can I get a show of hands of who's going to come to the drama? Raise your, who's thinking about coming to the drama? Yes, awesome, wonderful. And please do share the word, because I mean, we've only started to publicize it a little recently, and we want to make sure that we have a full house for Maharaj, so you can serve Maharaj as well. Thank you so much. That said, on the 1st of January, we're going to have a temple program, right, to start off the New Year's. So the temple is going to be open all day, actually, till about 9 p.m. or so, 9 p.m. And there will be kirtan throughout the day, all day. And so come, if you want to come and see the deities on that day. And then we're planning on having a drama also taking place in the temple. This is a drama put on by Bhakta Prahlad Montessori School. So we have a play, we have 7 actors. It's also a 30-minute play with lights, sound, and everything. And it's about the pastime of Nishingadev and Prahlad Maharaj. So that will be taking place. We'll probably do it in the evening on... thinking about maybe 4 o'clock or so. We'll do 4 p.m. We'll have the play. So if you want to come and see the play, come on the 1st of January and come to Kirtan. Okay? The curtains are going to close in a couple of moments. If you'd like to come close and personal and say some prayers in front of the Lordships, feel free to do so. And prasadam will be served. Hare Krishna.